Now, Mother, please, try not to cry. Everything will be all right, won't it, Kate?
Of course it will, Nicholas.
Your poor father dead and buried. Our home sold to pay his debts. Oh, what will become of us in London?
I shall find work, never fear.
And if Uncle Ralph is only half as kind as dear Papa was, he'll be more than pleased to help us.
I suppose you're right. When we have found lodgings in London, I shall write to my brother-in-law and seek his aid. He has no relatives but us, and should be pleased to help his brother's family.
To see Mr. Ralph Nickleby.
I'll see if he's at home. Are you at home?
Who is it?
Arthur Gride.
Arthur Gride. Now, what could my old friend want? My help in throwing some poor wretch into debtor's prison? But he can manage that alone, as we both so often have. Show him in. Come in, sit down. What business brings you my way?
Business? I come to talk of old times. I've not seen you for...
What matter? What's in the wind today, eh?
Oh, you're a bold man, Mr. Nickleby. Oh, dear, dear. How bold and forthright you are.
Why, you have a sleek and slinking way with you that makes me seem so by contrast.
But why so short with me?
I've seen you flatter other people and know what that always leads to.
So you do. No man knows it better. You are a giant among pygmies.
Come now, time is money, or I forget my trade. To business, for nothing else would bring you here.
What would you say if I told you I was going to be married?
I should tell you I believe you are joking.
Then I tell you seriously, I am to wed.
There's devilry in your face. What is this thing you're up to?
You know that spendthrift, Walter Bray?
Do I? The scoundrel owes me £975, and tomorrow I shall have him in the debtor's prison for not paying me.
Well, I know it, for the man owes more to me. £1,700, no less.
In that event, he will spend the rest of his life there.
While his poor daughter slaves and stints to try to pay his debts.
Ah, and you would rescue the poor child from her foolish labors. But no, even if she were the most beautiful thing in the world, that would not be your way. There's something else.
I need your help to persuade the father, and he will order her. You can talk and urge and press the point, as no man can. You can bargain with him for his freedom and win me his daughter's hand.
And where's my profit?
If you persuade the father that his freedom and her happiness are both resolved by marriage to me, then I shall pay you half that debt which you had already given up for lost. And so we both prosper. Let's shake upon it now as friends and gentlemen.
There's something, Gride, that you're not telling me. Some gain you'll make that's more than just a pretty face.
Well, there is a little property, nothing much. Oh, don't be too hard on me. Let's settle for 10 shillings in the pound. It's more than you'd ever hope to get.
If you marry this girl without my help, you would have to pay his debts in full, because you couldn't set him free otherwise. I want the full amount, and £500 beside. Shh.
This just came. Black border. Sad news, no doubt.
Sad news?
Sad news indeed. My only brother dead, and the breath is no sooner out of his body than I'm expected to support his widow and her 2 grown children. Ah, what are they to me? I've never even seen them. And now all 3 of them here in London, waiting to spend my money. Confound them.
Relatives. Who do they think they are? But, what of my proposal?
Leave it for a week or a month. Let this fellow Bray taste the sweet life of debtor's prison. It can only make him more amenable. Relatives?
Poor young girl, to be wed to such a lickpenny. The beauty and the beast.
I do beg pardon, ma'am. It was most clumsy of... It was...
There is no harm done, sir. Do not concern yourself. Excuse me. I have an urgent appointment.
This is the only vacancy we have. Go to the back door and ask for Mrs. Twerp.
Thank you very much. My apologies, sir. No, I do believe it was my fault this time.
Perhaps fate has kindly ordained that we keep meeting. Forever.
I hope, sir, that you're not looking for work. We've nothing to offer.
Small surprise. That's all I've heard all week.
Is Mrs. Nickleby at home, girl?
I've trudged London from end to end, Mamma, and still no work. But I shall trudge it all week, all month if I need. And when Uncle Ralph answers your letter...
He won't answer now. It's more than 2 weeks.
Your name, sir?
Nickleby.
Oh, Mother! Uncle Ralph is here!
Oh, praise be.
Oh, you are Nicholas, I suppose.
That is my name, sir.
Well, ma'am, how do you do? You must bear up against sorrow, I always do.
Mine is no common sorrow.
Neither is it uncommon, ma'am. Husbands die every day, ma'am, and wives too.
And brothers also, sir.
Yes, sir, and puppies and pug dogs likewise.
What was that?
Hold your tongue, sir. So, the creditors have been paid out, and there's nothing left for you.
Nothing.
And you spent what little money you had in coming all the way to London. What do you want from me?
I hoped you might do something for your brother's children. It was his dying wish that I should appeal to you on their behalf.
Ah, whenever a man dies without property of his own, he always seems to think he has a right to dispose of other people's. What is your daughter fit for, ma'am?
Uncle, I would try anything that will gain me a home and bread.
Well, well. And you, sir? Are you willing to work?
Of course I am.
Then see here, sir. This caught my eye this morning, and you may thank your stars for it. Education. At Mr. Wackford Squeer's Academy, Dotheboys Hall, at the delightful village of Dotheboys in Yorkshire. Youths are boarded, clothed, etc., etc., etc. And an able assistant wanted.
If I am fortunate enough to be appointed to this post, sir, what will become of those I leave behind?
In that case, but not otherwise, I shall provide for your mother and sister. They will be in my immediate care.
Then I shall apply to Mr. Squeers at once. He can but refuse.
He'll be glad to have you on my recommendation. We will find him at the Saracen's Head Inn until 4 o'clock. Come now, make haste.
Last year, I took back 10 boys. That's 200 guineas. Tomorrow morning, I go back with only 1 student. 20 guineas, that's 21 pounds. What's become of everybody? Don't do that, boy. There. That'll stop your sneezing. Great cure, that is. Wait till I get you to Yorkshire, my young gentleman. Then I'll give you the rest.
Mrs. Squeers of Dotheboys Hall, I believe.
Why, if it's not Mr.
Nickleby's the name. I'm sure you've heard of it. And this is my nephew, Nicholas Nickleby. You advertised for an able assistant, sir.
Precisely so.
Then here he is. Just the man you want.
Yeah, I'm afraid the young man won't suit me.
Have no fear. You'll soon be teaching at Dotheboys Hall.
Yeah.
Now, let me have 2 words with you, sir.
Your uncle's recommendation has done it, Mr. Nickleby. So be sure to be on time for the morning's coach. We're taking this boy with us.
Certainly, sir.
I've paid your fare down and shall be here in the morning to see you off.
Thank you, Uncle. I shall never forget this kindness.
Take care you don't. You'd better go home now and pack your things. You think you could find your way to my office as you go?
Of course, sir.
Leave these papers with my clerk, then. And tell him to wait until I come home.
My uncle asked me to deliver these.
Uncle?
Mr. Ralph Nickleby.
Oh, coming. Your uncle, you say? Tell me, young sir, what is your uncle going to do for you?
Why, everything. He is providing for my mother and sister and has found me a position at Dotheboys Hall in Yorkshire.
Oh, Dotheboys Hall? Working for the man named Squeers?
You know the headmaster.
Heard of him?
My uncle persuaded him to employ me. He was extremely kind to do so.
Oh.
Oh, dear Nicholas, I shall miss you so. You will write, won't you?
Of course I will. Now, don't you worry. I shall make my fortune, and soon we shall all be together again.
Now, Nickleby, you better get up there with the boy. I'm afraid of him falling off, and then there's 20 guineas a year gone.
Who is that vulgar man?
Do you wish to be introduced to Mr. Squeers, my dear?
Was he the schoolmaster? Oh, the poor boys. My poor brother.
He is indeed a queer-looking man. All these bookworms are.
Hang on! Off she goes!
Don't worry. Everything will be well when we reach Dotheboys Hall. You'll be warm, comfortable, and well fed. How long to Yorkshire, coachman?
Not this day, sir. Tomorrow, all night long.
this Dotheboys Hall?
You needn't call it an hall in these parts. 'Course it ain't. Smike! Smike! Hurry up there. Where the devil you been?
Please, sir, I fell asleep over the fire.
Fire? What fire?
Only the kitchen fire, sir. Mrs. said I could go in there for a warm.
The missus is a fool. You'll be a deuce more wakeful of the cold. Take the pony to the stable, then show this boy to the dormitory. Come on, Nickelby. Come on, I said, Nickelby. I won't wait all night.
How's my squeary?
Quite well, my love. How are the cows and pigs?
All right, every one of them.
That's a blessing. The boys are all as they were, I suppose.
Well enough. That young ditcher's had a fever. Catches things like that on purpose.
Yes, my love. We'll see what can be done. This is the new young man.
So I see. Will he be eating tonight? I only got a bit of steak for you, my love.
I'm not very hungry.
Good. Then if you don't much mind how you sleep, we'll have no trouble with you. Tonight.
I am not particular. Anywhere will do.
Well, that's lucky. You can bed down there for the rest of the night. And don't stay up too long. Candles cost money.
Good night, Nickelby. 7 o'clock in the morning, mind.
I shall be ready, sir. Good night.
My dear young man, many years ago, your kind father did me a favour. I now see an opportunity to repay the same. You do not know the world as I do, otherwise you would never have taken that position. Should you ever have need of my assistance, you will find me at 4 Silver Street off Golden Square. Signed, Newman Knowles.
So he knew my father.
Past 7, Nickelby. Tumble up.
Oh, has morning come already?
That it has. The pump's froze, so you can't wash yourself.
Can't wash myself?
You'll have to be content with a dry polish until we break the ice in the well. Now, look sharp. We purify the boy's blood now and then, Nickelby.
Purify? Fiddlesticks. They have it because it ruins their appetites and comes cheaper than breakfast.
He's got my boots.
Shut up! Take your medicine if you know what's good for you.
She's like a mother to these boys, she really is. She does things for them that I don't believe half the mothers going would do for their own sons.
I should think they would not, sir.
Hey, you, Smike. Take it away now. Look sharp.
Right, everyone to his place. This is the lesson in English and philosophy. Watch what to do, and you can take over. Where's the first boy?
Please, sir, he's cleaning the back parlour window.
So he is. We go on the practical method of teaching here, Nickelby. C-L-E-A-N, clean. Verb active, to make bright, to scour. W-I-N, win. D-E-R, window, a casement. When a boy knows this out of book, he goes and does it.
But...
No buts. Where's the second boy?
Please, sir, he's weeding the garden.
To be sure. B-O-T bot, T-I-N, bottin, N-E-Y, botany, noun, substantive, a knowledge of plants. Yeah. What do you think of our system, Nickelby?
It's quite... original?
Mrs. Nickleby and Miss Nickleby.
Show them in, fellow. Come in, ladies. I trust you are well?
As well as can be expected.
Well, I have some news that should gratify you. I have a house in the East End. Presently, it is empty, and I intend to put you in it, rent-free. My clerk will show you there shortly. But there is another matter.
What is that, dear, kind brother-in-law?
The matter of a small dinner party for some gentleman with whom I am connected in business. I'm not used to such things, and I thought, perhaps that you, Kate, would assist me. Be my hostess for the evening. I'll pay for a hackney coach to fetch and return you.
I shall be very glad, of course, Uncle. But I'm afraid you'll find me very awkward and embarrassed.
I'm sure you will charm them, my dear.
The matter of Bray's daughter. When can we talk to him? You promised.
Tomorrow we'll do it then. Ah, this will be my niece now.
I trust his niece bears no family resemblance, or we're in for a dull evening, what?
Lord Frederick Verysoft. My niece, Miss Nickleby.
Eh, what the devil? Oh, she's devilish pretty. What, Hawk?
Indubitably. Introduce me, Nickelby.
Sir Mulberry Hawk, my dear.
Otherwise, the most knowing card in the pack, Miss Nickleby. What, Hawk?
I think, gentlemen, we will go down for dinner. Kate?
Indeed, no, Nickelby. Allow me, Miss Nickleby.
I wish you'd intervene here, Nickleby.
What's the matter, my lord?
This fellow Hawk is monopolizing your niece.
He takes a tolerable share of everything you lay claim to, my lord.
And here's Miss Nickleby, wondering why the deuce somebody doesn't make love to her.
No, indeed.
I'll lay any man £50 she can't look me in the eye and tell me she wasn't thinking so.
Done. Within 10 minutes.
Done.
Pray do not make me the subject of any bets. Uncle, I cannot really...
Why not, my dear? There's nothing in it. It's done in a moment.
Won't you make an effort for me, Miss Nickleby?
You haven't a chance, old fellow. Miss Nickleby and I understand each other. Don't we, Kate? That's a girl of spirit. We'll drink her health. Let me dry those pretty little eyes. Upon my soul, you're a proud one, but you needn't pretend with me.
I beg you, sir, leave me alone. Let me go.
Let her go. And begone yourself. Return to the party, sir.
You wanted to catch the young lord, didn't you? With your niece as bait. And damn me, I was in the way, wasn't I? You would sell your own flesh and blood for money. need not fear me. Are you cold?
I'm used to it.
You poor fellow. Your life here is hard, is it not?
My life has always been hard. Could never be no other way.
Hush. Be a man. You are nearly one by years. There is always hope.
Not for me, there's not. I'm gonna die in this place.
Not today, you won't, Smike. There's work to be done. And since you're up, Nickelby, you can go out and crack the ice in the well. You get that fire laid, Smike. Let any boy speak without leave, and I'll take the skin off his back. I've been to London, and I've seen the parents of some of you boys, and they're so glad to hear how well you're all getting on, which is very pleasing. But I've had disappointments. Boulder's father was short, but £2 10 shillings. Come forward, Boulder. Hold out your hands. 1 cup for every shilling I'm short. What's this, warts? Filthy warts.
I can't help it, sir. It's the dirty work I do.
You incorrigible young scoundrel. We'll see what a good thrashing will do for you. Smike, get that noisy rogue out of here. What's this, sir? Attacking your master?
No, sir. He tripped me. Don't beat me, sir.
Don't beat you. I'll flog you to within an inch of your life. Stand back a little, me dear. Give me room.
Stop! This must not go on.
Must not go on.
Come on, Smike. I'm leaving this dreadful place. Do you wish to come with me? You see, even the sun is shining for us. Life will be better from here on.
It could never be worse. Nothing could be as bad as that place.
Have you no memory of your father or your mother? A kind, gentle woman who kissed you and called you her child?
No, never. Only of the cruel, dark man who took me to that horrible place years ago. He was bad enough, but they turned out a sight worse.
Our lives won't be easy from now on, but at least you'll suffer no more cruelty. We'll head for the coast and seek work as seamen.
This is pretty. Very pretty. What do you do with a nephew who assaults the man I recommended him to? And now could be brought to the Old Bailey to stand trial for a vicious felony.
Mr. Arthur Gride to see you. You home?
Show him in. I received this letter from Squeers. That nephew of mine has thrown away all chance of spending his life in peace and comfort and run off. taking another lad with him.
Relatives, huh? Who do they think they are?
And his sister, she's no better. She's upset all my plans, and my guests, too. But enough of this. I will attend to it later. You wish to see me?
You promised that today we would approach Bray to discuss my marriage.
So I did. Well, I expect we should make a start on this matter.
And soon. Otherwise, he'll pay his debts to heaven before we get ours. There is another matter. I have mislaid the portrait of my intended. Did I leave it here?
I've seen nothing of it. I trust you'll take better care of your bride than you have of her picture. I shall be gone for a matter of hours. You may take your lunch when you wish, but not too much of it.
So, you old miser, you even begrudge a man his lunch. And as usual, you're out to ruin anything good as comes near you. Poor Miss Bray. What an ugly fate for one so pretty. If only I knew where Nicholas was.
Damned early for breakfast. What, Hawk? Barely 11 o'clock.
Oh, we don't want to lie about all day. Not when we've got plans to make.
Oh, are we making plans? How exciting.
About that Nickleby girl. You know she was at the dinner as bait for you.
No. Oh, what the devil?
Well, so you must win her. Or I will. Perhaps we both will. A wager. We'll have a wager. 200 guineas for the first to win the minx's heart. What do you say to that?
Upon my soul, Hawk, what a game! Oh, but how do we find her?
Easy enough. Nickleby will tell you if he thinks he's got you as a customer. Then we'll lure her down to my place at Windsor and to the victor go the spoil.
To himself.
He must have had enough of our money left to bribe the jailer.
You cannot worry my father now that he's here.
What do they want?
We come to offer a proposal that could set you free. May we discuss it with you?
Yes, of course.
Would you excuse us, my dear?
Will you be all right, Father?
You will no doubt be even better after talking with us.
And what is this proposal that could set me free?
We bring you an offer for your daughter's hand in marriage. Her suitor is rich as a prince and would not only pay your debts, but more. An annuity sufficient to support you in luxury. Great luxury compared to this. Would you consider such a suit?
Oh, and who is this prince? him?
Indeed. Now let us get down to business. He has money and Miss Madeline has beauty. She has youth, he has money. She has not money, he has not youth. Tit for tat. A match of heaven's own making.
Can I help you, gentlemen?
We're seeking a bed for the night, and hopefully some supper.
Ah, the beds I can give you, sir, but I've no victuals left till morning. This is for Mr. Crummles and his two boys. Look, there's more of this than they can manage. I'll ask if you can sup with them. Just you wait a minute. I knew he wouldn't mind. You'll see something worth seeing in there. How they're going at it. Mr. Vincent Crummles, this is the young gentleman.
There's a picture. The little un has him. If the big un doesn't submit in 3 seconds, he's done for. What do you think of that, sir?
Very good. But wouldn't it be better if they were more the same size?
Same size? Why, it's the very essence of the combat that there should be a foot or two between them. It brings up the sympathies of the audience. You have the bearing of a theatrical man. You should know that.
I beg your pardon. That didn't occur to me. I've had no experience on the stage.
Come, lads, to the table. Well, what profession do you follow, sir?
Nothing. In fact, I am seeking an occupation.
Why, then I'll tell you one. The stage.
The stage?
The theatrical profession. I am in it. My wife's in it. My children are in it. I had a dog that lived and died in it. Sir, have the manner and bearing of an heroic thespian, a perfect Romeo. And your friend, why, without paint upon his face, would make such an actor for the starved business as was never seen.
I've never acted a part in my life.
No matter. There's genteel comedy in your walk, juvenile tragedy in your eye, and touch-and-go farce in your laugh. You'll do as well as if you'd practiced since your birth.
Could we live by it?
Like princes. Why, with your salary and your friends, you'd make a pound a week.
Then, sir, we will join your company with pleasure.
Tomorrow, we will start for Portsmouth to join the rest of me company. Now, eat your fill.
Inform Mr. Nickleby that Lord Verisopht and Sir Mowbray Hawk are calling on him.
I'll see if he's home.
Oh, he will be home to us. We'll wait within. My friend has a matter of business he wishes to discuss with you.
I have been expecting you, my lord.
Capital. Then,
Now, my lord, what is it?
Nickelby, what a pretty creature your niece is.
Is she, my lord? I don't trouble my head with such matters.
I want to know where this beauty lives, so that I may have another peep at her.
No good can come of your knowing.
I only want to see her. You know how much my business is worth to you, and upon my soul, I'll deal with nobody else if you'll only tell me this.
She speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious as this night above my head.
Romeo, Romeo.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name, or if thou wilt not, be but sworn, my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth, I never will be Romeo.
Go back, go back.
What man art thou that thus bescreened by night, so stumblest on my counsel?
This came on the London coach.
My dear Nicholas, I thank God you wrote to me in time. You must return as fast as possible to London. Your uncle and his friends conspire to use your sister ill, and I live in fear for her honour and safety. Your friend, Newman Noggs.
I must be on tonight's coach to London.
Ready?
Stop! Wait! We must get to London this night.
Had not a moment to spare.
Yes, sir. We desperately need to reach London tonight. I received a letter.
I see. Yes, we My brother and I, with our nephew, have just arrived back in England from a trip abroad. It will be good to get home to our own beds.
I doubt if I shall sleep well this night. My mind is too troubled.
Indeed? Perhaps we can be of some assistance.
Oh, I do apologize. I had no intention of burdening you with our problems.
Think nothing of it, young man. My name is Charles Cheeryble. This is my brother Edwin, and the handsome one is our nephew Frank.
Oh, I say, Uncle.
My name, sir, is Nickleby. Nicholas Nickleby.
A familiar name to us, sir. Are you by any chance related to Ralph Nickelby?
I have the sad duty to reply that he is my uncle, sir, and the cause of all my troubles.
I see. Well, Mr. Nickleby, in the past we have had cause to help a number of people who have found themselves victims of your uncle's skullduggery.
If you should tell us your story, perhaps we could help.
Indeed, sir. I would be glad of assistance from someone more schooled in the ways of the world than I. It started when my father died. Some way to support my mother and sister.
And you are a scholar, Mr. Nickleby?
I have been tolerably well educated.
And with numbers, Mr. Nickleby? The mathematical persuasion?
Well grounded in it, sir, including keeping business accounts.
Excellent. Isn't it, Edwin?
Indeed, brother, excellent.
I think we can find you a position in our counting house, Mr. Nickleby. We need an honest, talented young man such as yourself.
And there is that vacant cottage at Bow. I'm sure his mother and sister would be happy there. Don't you agree, brother?
Absolutely. This has been, brother. Well, Mr. Nickleby, we shall expect you at our office within a few days when you have finalized the matter with your uncle. Frank will meet you tomorrow as arranged and escort you and your family to the cottage.
The hussy. She's a true Nickelby, just like her Uncle Ralph, full of cunning.
Would you say cunning?
She lets her uncle use her as bait for his money lending. And that means she's no better than a street girl, for all her airs and graces. You, sir, come outside. Upon myself, a mysterious stranger. What is your business with me, sir? My name is Nickleby. I am the brother of the lady you have insulted. Come outside and prove at least that you are not a coward.
Well?
Let the fellow talk. I have nothing to say to boys of his station. His pretty sister shall save him a broken head if he talks till midnight. You are a base, cowardly scoundrel. Give me your name and address, sir, that we may follow this matter through to a proper conclusion. With a proper champion, yes. With you, no. Be off with you.
Excuse me, sir. We don't want any trouble in here.
Good night, my lord. I'll take my leave.
Now, sir, I will have your name and address. You shall have nothing from me. save a sound whipping if you don't let go.
What happened?
Have no fear. There is no harm done that a basin of water won't repair. But I fancy Kate will be safe from at least one villain now.
Tell me all about it. With him out of the way, Kate is safe enough. There's only your uncle to worry about now.
And I'll attend to him in the morning. But at first light, you must show me to my mother's house. I want to take them to a better place, out of my uncle's clutches forever.
At least that'll be one young lady saved from his evil designs.
Why? Do you know more?
I'm afraid there is nothing even you can do for her. She has agreed to a marriage of convenience to free her father from debtor's prison.
Such marriages sometimes turn out well enough. I must rest.
What a pretty garden. Such a lovely cottage. We shall be so happy here, Nicholas. Your friends are so kind.
They are indeed, Mother. I think all our troubles are over at last.
And do you like it, Miss Nickleby?
Please call me Kate. Oh, I do indeed. It's so beautiful. What a wonderful day. Nicholas has come back to us. We have a lovely place to live, and we'll be forever free of Uncle Ralph.
And we have some wonderful new friends now, Kate.
Indeed we do, dear brother.
Let's look inside. Oh. Oh.
Meeting your uncles and yourself has made an unimaginable difference to our lives, Frank. I don't know how I shall ever be able to repay your kindness.
Please don't even consider you have a debt, Nicholas. Now, what of your friend Smike?
Well, first, I must confront my uncle. Then I will bring Smike here, where at last he will find peace and happiness.
I'll help you unload the carriage. Why don't you take the carriage to your uncle's? I'll stay here and help your mother and Kate unpack and get settled.
Oh, that's very kind of you, but I couldn't impose.
Oh, what a wonderful suggestion. Nicholas, that means you'll return so much sooner.
My mother and sister in your care, and you abused and humiliated them under the pretext of helping them. You knowingly sent me to a den where sordid cruelty, worthy of yourself, is continuously inflicted on helpless children. You will pay for this.
Ah, so you threaten me. No doubt with the same violence you used on the schoolmaster.
Oh, you deserve it, but you are an old man. I shall leave you to the grave. A lonely death, unloved, hated by those you have misused in a life of avarice. Your brother's widow and orphan daughter will forever shun you with loathing, as I do.
The truth can be a beautiful thing to hear, particularly when it's applied to someone else.
Where did you get this? What is her name?
That's Madeline Bray, the one I tried to tell you about. Your uncle is forcing her to marry his friend, Arthur Gride.
I cannot allow this.
That won't stop it. We must find a better way. The wedding is in the morning. Come and see me tonight, and I'll see if I can think of anything.
Noggs!
Oh, go quickly.
Smike, you're going to love our new... Smike? Gone? When? With whom?
A few hours after you brought him here, sir. Well, since you'd paid in advance, and the man said as he was his legal guardian, I had no reason to stop him.
The Saracen's Head. The northbound coach. Has it gone?
10 minutes ago. What do you think you're doing?
I've never thrashed a boy in a coach before. There's an inconvenience in it, but that novelty gives it a sort of relish too.
Stop that coach. Pull over.
Keep going! Don't stop him! He's a criminal! Help! Someone help me!
Pull up, Charlie. Show it's up.
It's all right now. You're safe.
What's all this about, then?
Kidnapping! That's what it is. Kidnap this lad, and I'm returning him to his rightful place.
Don't let him take me.
He's very ill.
Poor fellow, he's had such a hard life.
I think he never had a friend until he met you, Nicholas.
I was hoping you'd be here soon. I've discovered a lot more than we bargained for.
Indeed. What have you found?
There are two important matters. The first concerning Madeline Bray, you know about.
Yes, I do. What else have you found?
While your uncle was out, I searched his papers and found a copy of an agreement he made with Arthur Gride
to free Walter Bray. This is not by itself an unlawful thing, but...
But?
I discovered a note in your uncle's hand containing details of the property Gride would acquire once he wed Miss Bray. Enough, I think, to convict them of conspiracy to defraud.
Would there be enough in this inheritance to repay her father's debt?
More than enough. 3 times, at least.
So we can free both of them. Him from debtor's prison, and she from...
From a horrible marriage to an ugly, miserly usurer. Then there's this other matter.
What is it, my old friend?
How is your young friend, Smike?
Smike? Does it concern him? He is very ill. I fear he...
I discovered, among your uncle's papers, 2 certificates. One of marriage, the other of a birth. Your uncle wed many years ago. It was kept a close secret because his wife would have lost her inheritance once married. They had a son whose birth was also hidden, and while they waited for the right time to claim the fortune, the child was given into the care of a man named Brooker.
Where is the boy now?
The mother died, and Brooker, out of spite, told your uncle that the child had died also.
How do you know this?
Because I had recently heard mention that a man named Brooker had returned from the Australian colonies. I found him this afternoon.
And?
He confessed everything. He had put the little boy, hardly more than a toddler, into a school in Yorkshire under the name of Smike.
Poor boy. My poor cousin. And my uncle, his father, was all the time in league with his persecutor Squeers.
Not caring for the suffering of others, but at least not knowing the fate of his own son.
Well, he will know now.
You won't find him this night. He's not at home. Tomorrow, when he goes with Gride to the prison, that's the time.
Look a little brisker, man. One would think you were going to a funeral, not a wedding. You are so very funny. Well, Mr. Bray, where's the bride?
Don't worry, she's only gone to dress.
Not likely to delay us by any feminine weaknesses, fainting and so forth?
She may be safely trusted now. I've been talking to her this morning. Here, come a little this way. Look at him. He seems so cruel. When she was here, I thought her heart was breaking, crying so bitterly.
If he were younger, it might be cruel. But as it is, Mr. Bray, he'll die soon and leave her a rich young widow. Why, there are 100 fathers within 5 miles of here who would gladly give their daughters to that ape.
That's true, but cruel by all that's bad and treacherous.
Go fetch her to us, and so set yourself free. Quick, man, up. Urge those dry old bones to life. Smile, man, smile. Away, away. What brings you here, liar, scoundrel, dastard, thief?
I come to save your victim. You are the liar and the scoundrel, and double dastard you must be, or you would not be here today for such a cruel purpose.
Girl, retire. We can use force on him, but I would not hurt you if I could help it.
I will not retire. You may use force on me, and that would well become you, being what you are.
So you persist in staying. Very well. Gride, call Bray in here, that he may have them thrown out as they deserve.
If you value your head, stay where you are.
Listen to me, not him. Call in Bray.
Come near me at your peril.
He is dead. My father is dead.
that girl here in the rightful charge of her betrothed. He claims his wife, and he shall have her.
To fulfill your evil schemes? Never. She and her father are free of your plots. Your schemes are known to man and overthrown by heaven.
My curse. My bitter, deadly curse upon you.
What avails a curse or blessing from a man like you? I'll give you news which perhaps will melt your hard and cruel heart. The son you thought long dead was the poor boy I brought with me from Yorkshire. At this moment, he lies dying, and but for your dreadful schemes, I would be with him now. The man Brooker lied to you. Sleep has done you good.
I've had such a nice dream. I'm gonna be there soon.
Where, my friend?
I'm not afraid to die. I know we're gonna meet again. You told me so.
That's very true. Now tell me you are happy, if you can.
Now, I am happy.
A happy day.
It is indeed, madam.
Indeed it is.